Welcome to the On the Edge podcast. I'm Stephanie Quayle, musician, songwriter, and mental health advocate. Throughout this season, I will be chronicling the behind the scenes of each song off my latest album, On the Edge. I hope each of these 8 songs, these 8 pieces of my heart, resonate with yours from the moment you heard them until the time you now hear the truth behind them. From betrayal to grief to love and laughter, this story isn't just mine. It's ours, and I'm ready to take us on a journey of redemption to redefine ourselves through honest discovery. So borrow some courage until the courage becomes your own. And that's when you'll be ready to tell your truth. So buckle up, because sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. I'm Stephanie, and this is the On the Edge podcast.
I could feel the wind, I could see the fire. In that moment, felt like the only option. Then I turned around, 'cause on the get back up count, I had to touch the edge to know the line.
I get asked all the time, how do I have so much energy? How do I do it all between the travel, early mornings, late night performances, and projects I'm working on at any given time? I'm gonna let you in on my greatest self-care secret: water. And no, not just the amount of water, it's the type of water. You've probably seen me carrying around a blue bottle. Well, enter Splendor Water. Splendor Water is a volcanic water sourced from the Andes rainforest in La Mana, Ecuador. I've actually been to the source. I guess you could say I am source verified. What's wild about this water is that when it filters through the lava rocks of the Cotopaxi volcano, the water naturally picks up colloidal gold and silver minerals and other natural electrolytes our bodies need to stay truly hydrated. And when it comes to taste, nothing compares to Splendor. I crave it. I didn't realize how obsessed I was with the water until I didn't have access to it. Now I check a bag just to ensure I always have it with me. So if you're ready to increase hydration and energy, Splendor is offering only to the On the Edge listeners 15% off your first order with code EDGE15. That's 15% off your first order with EDGE15. Head to splendorwater.com/edge for all your ordering needs. Hydrate your soul by elevating your hydration. Pick up your Splendor Water today by heading to splendorwater.com/edge. There are certain defining moments in your life. You know the ones. The moments when you have to make a choice. Are you going to let this take you under? Or are you going to find the strength to keep going and come back even better? Knowing how far you've come on this journey with me, I know you're the kind that gets back up because you've got more fight left in you, even despite the moments when insecurity and fatigue set in on your healing journey, when things are hard, when grief isn't linear, when the emotions sneak up on you just when you think you're getting back on your feet. Despite it all, we hold to the truth that we can dig up the strength to find ourselves again. But sometimes we have to touch the edge to know the line.
I could feel the wind, I could see the bottom. In that moment, felt like the only option. Then I turned around, 'cause on the get back up count, I had to touch the edge to know the line.
Hey friend, welcome back to the On the Edge podcast. I'm Stephanie. Wow, I feel like we're basically best friends now, don't you? Vulnerability will do that to you. I hope as we continue in sharing the story that you feel understood in your highs and your lows of life. If there's one thing I want you to take away so far, it's this. You are not alone, you don't have to be alone, and you don't have to do this life alone. You can absolutely ask for help, and you can borrow courage to keep going anytime you need to, and you don't even need permission. You don't even have to ask to borrow courage. It's the coolest. Now, if you're anything like me, which I'm assuming you are, this is a foreign concept to you. Asking for help. Even in the most dire times is not something that comes naturally to me. I avoid it with everything in me. But let me tell you, it is essential. We are not meant to do things alone. This brings us to the song, The Edge. The lyric that goes, "Not the kind to ask for help. I was going to save myself." Well, that pretty much summed up the beginning of my healing journey. I was set on overcoming this all on my own, and I was going to do it my way, and I had no time for grief. But this anger was the anger that we chatted about in the Last Breath episode. It was the shut down kind of anger, the kind where you don't feel anything. My healing journey finally landed me in a much softer place when I was able to thaw out some of that anger to connect with others again. But even as I was able to find community with others again, that didn't mean that all of that anger went away. I just compartmentalized it in different places. It was definitely still present. And I think it was pretty justified. Because you see, anger isn't always bad. When you experience righteous anger, it indicates that someone has crossed a boundary of yours, and your feelings are yours and they are real. In my case, the boundary of faithfulness was destroyed. The trust was lost. And I think that you can't have love without trust. The song, The Edge, represents this type of emotion. It's a large dose of anger and self-reflection. And it's a heaping dose of strength. It's the battle cry to find your self-worth. There were days that the pain just felt like it would overtake me. I felt so shattered that I didn't even know how to get out of bed. But I figured if I was still here, I had to find a way to pick myself back up. And this is what The Edge is all about. This is the song that I put on before I'm going to do my push-ups, before I'm going to go take a meeting. This is my reminder. I hope this is your reminder too. A story of redemption doesn't give us the gift to forget what's happened to us. Wouldn't that be nice if it did? I've often thought, like, can I just get some amnesia over here so I don't have to deal with this hurt? But it does allow us to use our scars for good. Just like the lyric says, sometimes we have dust in our teeth, and sometimes we have scrape on our knees because we are down in the dirt, face first, unsure if we can get up. And sometimes we have to go to the edge of our anger to find the strength to keep going.
Thought you knocked me off my feet. Thought that you could ruin me. Dust in my teeth, scrapes on my knees. Go ahead and underestimate me. I could feel the wind. I could see the
Now, that was a lot. Let's get into some lighter moments of the process of writing this song. So Tori Touye didn't grow up on horses like I did. And, she maybe had ridden one or two horses, along the way as a little kid. So I was determined to get her on the back of one of my horses. And so we got the horses saddled up and we went out into the arena, and instant cowgirl. This woman went from city slicker to cowgirl in a matter of, I would say steps, but in a matter of a trot. And we got back to the house and we sat on the porch. We had a little sip of tequila and we talked about what was the next style of song. And Tori brought up, what about something in the vein of like Fleetwood Mac's Chains? And the song just unfolded from there. We walked back into the living room. Tori picked up my guitar and just started strumming an E minor chord. And this song happened. And it is 1,000% my go-to song when I need to remember how to get back up. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's this. The only way around it is through it. And you are capable of it. Even if you have to borrow courage from others more days than not, and I find myself borrowing a lot of courage these days. Friend, I'm the get back up kind. And you know what? So are you. Even on the days you're going to go to the edge and it may feel a little scary, you will rise again like the western sun. Hold that vision like a phoenix. You will rise and you will shine your light again. The edge represents what we all hold within us, strength. Let this be your battle cry on your hardest day, and that you will continue on, that you will find a way to continue on, because the world needs the unique gift that only you can bring. The beauty about touching the edge to know the line is in that moment, I got to turn around. I got to turn into the light. And all the darkness that was surrounding me and the heartbreak and the wondering how I was going to get through, the moment I turned into the light, I felt that redemption. And that is the truest statement because I'm still here. And I can't wait for you to hear the last song, Only Good Will Come of This, in our next episode. Our moms always know.
Rising like a western sun. I could feel the wind. I could see the fire.
This show is produced by Elizabeth Evans Media Productions. All rights reserved.
Then I turn around 'cause I'm the get back up kind.
Hey y'all, if you're loving this show, it would be awesome to hear from you. Head to your podcast app, scroll down to where it says ratings and review, and share your thoughts with, well, a rating and a review. Your words might just be what the next person needs to tune in and find the healing they're needing in their life.